Okay, now we're going to model the actual door frame, which is the shutter frame. So we're going to make a sweep path, a full rectangle, and then we're going to make some those horizontal mullions or transomes as we call it. So let's dive into the elevation. This is the south elevation. I will go to architecture and component model in place, go to doors, and I'm going to call it shutter frame. So we're going to have a shutter frame, and then later we're going to model the panels, the infill panels. So once that is done, I think the best way is to go to level 1 and make a reference plane, so RP, and I'm going to make a reference plane from here to here, so I can draw my sweep path on this. Okay, now I'm going to go to south and go to create. First of all, set the reference plane as RP2, RP1, and go to sweep, and I am going to make a rectangle. So I'll go to sketch path, go to rectangle, and from this side to this side. Okay, so this is going to be my sweep path, and here would be a nice place to actually draw the frame. So anyway, I can exit the sketch path. I'm still in the sweep mode. I'm going to go to edit profile, and for that it asks me to go select east and west. I'll just select section, and here I'm going to make a profile for the shutter frame. So again, going to a rectangle. Now the shutter frame works very interestingly. There is I'm going to make, let's say, whatever this is, I'm going to make this 35 sure, and this one is again 35. Okay, and this one I'm going to extend it as a rebate by maybe 15 mm. Okay, and take this a little behind, and now hover tab. Sorry, let's go to offset first and select it 1, and then hover tab, and this is how it is. I'm going to pull this back, make this a proper loop. So this is done, and yeah, so this is a 35 by 35 and then a 15 extended lip, so that we can place our panel here. And I'm going to leave some gap. If I could DI, it's going to be some 2 or 3 mm gap. 3 mm is fine, and at the top again DI this and this 2 mm. So I think it's fine. We have that kind of gap. Material is going to be steel. I'm not changing anything, and I think I can click OK, get into this sweep profile and this thing, and now let's see how it looks. Okay, now this is one thing. Now another thing, within the door frame we're going to make 2 transomes. So again, going to section, and actually let's just go to level 1. First I'll delete this. I don't need this uh, reference plane. I'm going to make a reference plane right in the center, because I don't need to put it in a loop, the transomes. Call it RP1, and then I will go to the west side, or I'll just go to the section and set the reference plane as RP1, standard procedure by now. Okay, now I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to make 1 transome, I'm going to copy it and then extrude it later. So very simple, 35 by 35. This is 35, and this is also 35. And I'm going to extend it 15 mm on both sides. So because we have shutter panel on the top and at the bottom, and I'm going to make an offset of 1 mm here, and I'll make an offset of 1 mm by pulling this back first. Okay, just DI, just checking once if I have done a proper thing. 35, yeah, cool. Only thing is I could have done the whole tab thing, but it's a little different, the section. So I just need all the loops to be perfectly in place, no overlapping. This one I need to pull behind, and this one I need to pull behind. Okay, and I'm going to place it inside. So MV, select, drag, and MV. So I'm going to move it here. Okay, I think you have to put it this way, not this way. This is the door frame. Yeah, it's fine. And if I look out, zoom out and see O, and I think I'll just place one more somewhere here. Again, I'm not too worried about the dimensions. It's just something that I've made. Uh, Now I can click OK and go to south and make it a proper extrusion, which is not happening. Okay, if I do this minus 900, it's going to go there. Okay, what I'm going to do is, if this is my reference plane, I'm just going to go to DI, measure it from here to here. It's 281, so I'm going to make it minus 281. Okay, and from here to here, this is one way where you can be very specific with numbers. This is 498, so this goes 498. That should work. And now, yeah, we have the shutter frame, the transomes, the door frame, lintel, everything. The last thing is what I'm going to do is model the panels. So that is the door frame, and next we're going to model the panels.